Hey there, you are most loved and respected. Much love from this side. Today's videos are creepier. Hey, you can't even imagine. Watch till the end. Good vibes only. Let's dive in.
Ragazzi, sono dentro la...
Céu, né? Olha lá. Vou virar lá.
Da 51, guardate cosa ho trovato. Un oggetto volante non identificato. Ok. Gli alieni sono in mezzo a me. Sono entrato nascosto alla base, a ricevitore. Che bello. Toccherò il reattore, ragazzi. What the fuck? Condividete. Tutti devono sapere.
What is that thing, man? But it looks familiar. If you've been watching our videos, there's an episode that we had a video of such an object, you see? And what do you think that is, man? I'd like you to comment. Is it the UFOs that we've been seeing around, or is that a large Captain America's shield? What is that? I'd like to know, man. These things, they keep on getting crazy. Let's see, man. Crazy, man. Crazy stuff.
Marcian, video. What do we do? If like this guy test collapse for your head, you not get to the one. Where they go?
What do you call such a man? Is it literary headlines or headbad? What do you call him? You know, that is crazy. Is that a disability or an ability? That is crazy, man. Share your thoughts. What is this guy carrying? This looks like a UFO in a lab somewhere. Oh, is this real or some movie? This is crazy. Oh my god. These people do not, are these even people? These creatures do not look manly at all. Oh my god. But this one, we had it in our previous, there's an episode we had this video of this man in the sea somewhere. He saw this creature, looks like Mr. Incredible. This is crazy. Oh my god. Also this video, there's an episode we had a video like that one. Oh my god. This looks like a grey alien. And a person with a long nose. Oh. A person that looks like that guy from One Piece that is elastic. This is crazy. Oh my god. What is that?
The footage shows Rose remaining robotically still while a person behind him makes some adjustments.
What is this? This looks like a footage from, is it called Google Earth or what do you call it? Yeah, it's like it's recording an island, Starbuck Island, very far. Well, do you know about this Starbuck Island? Is it on the map? I doubt. This is crazy. What? There's even a beach down there on Starbuck Island. Oh, looks like some place someone would like to go and explore. But if you watch closely, it's like there's something underground. What is that? Like there's an underground structure, a bunker. Do we call it a bunker? Whoa, what? This is crazy. What built that?
As electric cars get older, you should know they have a battery that must be replaced. And if it's not, you could get locked inside. Here's Pat Foran with Consumer Alert. Pat.
Zoraida and Andrea, most electric vehicles come with two batteries, a large one to get you down the road and a smaller one to operate the radio, power windows, and door locks. If that battery fails, you could be locked in your car. There is a way out as long as you know what to do. Raishu Singh of Burlington has a 5-year-old Tesla Model 3 and has been very pleased with it. But she and her family had a scare earlier this month. After she and her 9-year-old daughter Jesseline got in the car, it lost all power and her husband couldn't get in.
He wasn't able to open the door from the outside. The screen completely was shut down. I wasn't able to open the door from the inside.
It was 35 degrees outside. The car was heating up and her daughter started to panic.
Her first thought was, okay, windows aren't opening, doors aren't opening. How are we going to get out of this car?
Singh says she eventually remembered the way to manually unlatch the doors if the battery dies.
It took me actually a few minutes to even remember about the emergency release because she was panicking.
Last year, a Vancouver Tesla owner was locked in his car when a fire happened. Believing he was trapped inside, he kicked out a window to escape. Normally, to open the door in a Tesla, you push a button, but when there is no power, the emergency mechanical release is under the window controls. Following the Vancouver fire, Consumer Reports did a warning.
There is a manual door release. You just pull back on it, and it's open. The Chevy Corvette has one, the Ford Mustang Mach-E has one, and the Lexus NX has one. Your car might have one too.
CTV News reached out to Tesla but did not get a response. The Electric Vehicle Society, which advocates for EV use, says anyone with an electric car needs to check their owner's manual.
They all have pretty much a mechanical means of unlatching latches that are otherwise operated by electricity. They're usually just tucked in behind something, easy to reach and all that, but you got to know where they are.
Singh says after what happened to her family, she wanted to warn others to change the 12-volt battery before it fails and to educate all family members where the emergency latch is.
The situation could have been much worse. She could have been an infant, toddler, someone alone in the car.
Again, it's not just electric cars that have electric door latches. Some gas-powered vehicles have them too. But if you have either, it may be a good time to check how to open the doors in case your car loses power. On your side, I'm Pat Foran.
Oh, yeah, very good.
T'aimes pas? Et celle-là.
Je vais faire laquelle?
Tu veux laquelle? Tu veux laquelle alors?
Fais plaisir, montre-lui les deux.
Est-ce que tu veux celle-là ou celle-là?
Laquelle?
Alors tiens, là, elle va prendre quelle poupée? Tu vois, elle aime bien celle-là.
C'est laquelle? Allez, choisis.
Ah, celle-là.
Voilà, t'as choisi celle-là.
Tu prends celle-là?
Yeah.
No, do you believe?
I believe I am a white man.
Don't you know that belief is a doubt?
How is belief a doubt?
Eh?
How is belief a
Because
doubt?
you cannot believe something and know it. If you
Wait,
tell
my poor brain, wait.
hang on.
I cannot believe it and know it.
No. And you can only believe in what you don't know.
I like that. You can only believe in what you don't
You
know.
don't know.
That's why you have to believe it.
Yes.
Ah.
Now, do you believe in your mother and father?
No, I know my mother and father.
Yeah. So, but you might believe in Jesus.
I might believe in Jesus.
Because you don't know Jesus.
I've never met
And
him.
you can only believe in what you don't know.
True.
So know that belief is a doubt.
Believe.
Now, do you know that you are a white man? If you know that you are white, explain to me how you know this.
Okay, my mother is Portuguese and she's white. My father is Scottish with blonde and blue eyes.
And you reckon they are white?
I reckon.
All right. Listen to this conversation.
Go on, you tell.
If I get water,
Yeah.
it's quite simple.
Yeah.
I get a black can,
Yeah.
a white one,
Yeah.
a blue one, and a yellow one, and I fill them with water and seal them.
Yeah, okay.
When you look, would you see the water?
You can't see the water at all.
What would you see?
Nothing, just the white and the black.
You would see the different colors.
The different colors.
And if you trust those eyes of yours,
yeah,
you're going to believe that they're different, aren't you?
I will believe it.
Until you go and fucking taste them.
Correct.
And what are you going to discover?
That it's all just water.
All one. Oneness in diversity, we call it.
Yeah.
Now you see all these human beings that you see.
Yeah.
Who believe that they are Japanese, Chinese, blacks, and whites.
Yeah.
They are the same. And if you go to any one of them, excuse me, sir, what color is your mind? You see, you hear what he said?
He doesn't know what color his mind is.
No, go and ask a Japanese, he don't know either.
No.
Because we are spirits living in different color physical bodies. We are not our bodies. When you look with the eyes, you're not seeing me, you are seeing the body. Just like I tell you, when you look at the tins, you won't see the water, will you?
No. It's up.
Will you look at my body and say I'm a black man? That is a program. You was programmed from birth, yeah, to believe that you are blacks and whites. But you fuck all like that. You're just a spirit in a body full of the same stinking shit.
Thank you, my friend.
Yo, that guy from Jamaica, I heard that essentially like Jamaican man. That was some true wisdom in those videos. Share love from wherever you are, because we are all, in the end, souls in different bodies, different colors. It doesn't matter. Share love and comment from where you are, man. Yo, let's keep watching with lots of love from this side. Yeah.
Did you know that about 75% of all salary men in Japan give away all their money to their wife?
So my auntie's married to a Japanese man, and I used to go over there and visit him quite often, but at first I was just a dumb child, so it took me a while to realize my auntie had all the money. My uncle doesn't even have a wallet. Like, we went to a restaurant one time, he had to hop next to her and be like, "May I have a beer, please?" Like, he wanted a beer, but he didn't have the money to buy himself a beer. And she doesn't work. He's the only one who earns money, and he doesn't have anything. So she took out her little coin purse and gave him the exact amount of coins that he would need to buy a beer, and he happily hopped away. I thought they would start arguing like, "Yo, it's my money, give me a little bit more, what the hell, man?" No, he's happily hopping away, and she said his company directly sends his salary to her account, so like, he doesn't want any money. Why? What?
Over 200 people showed up to protest against what they referred to as forced LGBTQ indoctrination.
You have Muslims, you have Christians, you have atheists, all coming together to protect the children. If this was a good movement, Muslims and Christians and atheists would not be together fighting against it. And that's the proof in the pudding. You can say what you want to manipulate a conversation into thinking that Muslims, Christians, and atheists are haters. The world sees you because they know under no other circumstance would those people get together to fight against something. You'll lose this war every single fucking time. Bye.
Becca, thank you for sitting down.
Of course. I have lots of trans friends.
You have lots of friends who think they're the opposite sex.
I have lots of friends
But
who
what if they're
identify
mistaken
as
about
trans. What?
What if they're wrong? What if
you're wrong about being straight?
I guess I would still behave as though I were straight. My view of sex and gender is that our true sexuality and our true gender is not from some deeply hidden and authentic appetite that might be invisible to the public, but is actually prescribed according to our human nature.
But who are you to tell people that they're wrong?
Well, I'm a man with reason and a moral conscience.
And I am a woman with reason. And I think it's not my place to tell somebody that what they're feeling is wrong.
You just told me that I'm wrong about transgenderism. I'm saying how we all choose to live is our business because we live in society.
Why is it my business if somebody identifies as a woman or not?
Well, because right now women are allowed to have their own bathrooms, and if a man is allowed to identify as a woman in public, women are not allowed to have their own
Do you know
bathrooms.
a man can just walk into the bathroom at any time, right?
But he'll be arrested in a normal society. In our society, he could sue if he were kicked out of the women's bathroom.
People aren't just identifying as trans to look up girls' skirts.
Well, some people are. Some people, there have
Who?
been crimes. Well, there was a pretty prominent crime in Loudoun County where a high school student who wore skirts and identified as gender ambiguous would go into the girls' room and he raped 2 girls at 2 different schools. And it was covered up because of the transgender ideology.
See, I can't swear on it. That's messed up.
It's messed up. It's messed up.
So
I agree.
There, right? One example, but to generalize that to all.
I'm not opposed to transgenderism because I think some individual who thinks he's transgender is a really rotten fella. In fact, I'm only opposed to transgenderism because of the general fact that a man can't become a woman and a woman can't become a man, because I can know that to be true. And if I can't know that to be true objectively, then I can't really know much of anything at all, right? My primary problem with transgenderism is that it isn't true. And because it's false, there are harmful consequences from it.
They're not doing any harm to you.
Yeah, well, I think that sexual dysfunction's caused a lot of harm. The breakdown of the family, the obliteration of women's rights in private spaces, the mutilation of children, which now we're seeing just abound in the country, the sterilization of children. So I think there are a lot of pretty concrete harms.
Did you know that hormone therapy was made for like girls who get their periods at the age of 6? You can go on estrogen and it will go back.
It doesn't. That's what they tell you, but it's not true. And there are a lot of detransitioners who talk about the lifelong effects that
lifelong, okay, but it's not.
Detransitioners, women who have male pattern baldness and a lowered voice for the rest of their life, and who are sterile too. I mean, that's tough. You can't have kids.
Yeah, that happens. Okay, I probably can't have kids either. I have PCOS. So what?
Do you think we should sterilize more children?
It's not sterilizing kids.
No, that is. We were just talking about it.
It's really not, though. It's stopping them from going through puberty where they don't want to go.
I guess maybe we're just using different terms for the same thing. But in any case, I appreciate your coming on. And
I have something for you.
Okay.
I found it outside. I thought you'd really like it.
Is this a fan letter?
Oh, it is, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them out
right.
there.
Radical feminism did ruin my life, and it's me dressed up as an official from the Biden administration, I think.
Yeah, how'd you know? That's crazy.
To change the minds of these young students.
You said that being transgender is this new ideology.
Yeah.
It's not. There's evidence of people who were transgender in ancient Greece, Rome. Judaism is an example of a religion that acknowledges, I think, 6 or 7 genders.
I don't think that's quite true. And my evidence for that would be in the very first book of the Torah, in Genesis. One of the most prominent lines is that in the beginning, God created man, both male and female created he them.
It's not, but Judaism, I think what the original translation, I can't cite my source right now, okay, but from what I've learned going to different religious schools is that
Jewish schools?
Just synagogues, temples, I've tried and experienced different religions. They said that the original text said Adam and Eve as in one being, one.
Well, man. So in the earliest chapters of Genesis, you have the creation of man in Adam. And then Eve is created from Adam's rib, but she would be the other sex. What you're citing is this line that a lot of people who are pro-transgender will say, which is, actually in some Native American tribe that I can't quite name right now, I'm sure they believe in a third and a fourth and a fifth gender, but that just isn't true. That is that's been made up by white liberals.
You know the movie Mulan, Disney Mulan?
I haven't seen it, but I've heard of it.
Mulan, dresses as a man, right, goes to war. That's based off of true history.
Oh yes, cross-dressing has occurred in history.
Not just cross-dressing, but people who
in
went
Mulan, did the female character think she was a man?
No.
Oh, okay. More than 1 in 5 Zoomers identifies as LGBTQ+. That's about a 10-fold increase over the general population.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously this is catching on.
Because now they can.
1 in 5 people is just born that way. You don't think there's any social contagion?
I, again, can't cite the exact source. In my biology class here in this school, we learned that there are some biological indicators for gay men. They have a smaller gland in their brain that shows up on scans.
Even if that were the case, that wouldn't change the way that we necessarily ought to behave. The way that we are born does not imply that we are slaves to our nature, because human beings, unlike the lower animals, have intellect and will. And so because we have a rational will, we can actually curb some of our appetites and bring them into accord with our rational will, which is conscious.
Well, these previous videos were definitely crazy, man. Insane, in fact. There was that video about those guys that were speaking about I don't know which community, about genders, which gender. I don't care. I don't mind. But what I'm just saying is, it doesn't matter which gender you are or whatever you identify as. You can identify as a giraffe, as a stick, but share love from wherever you are. Love your neighbors, love yourself, and do not treat others the way you should not have to be treated. Yes?